inmates, and this is the kitchen that we have to serve 100 people. I can bring you towards the back. Inmates in the back, or are they?
Yeah.
As you can see, this is our old visitation room. It's turned into storage because talking to the people that are involved in jails all over. I worked in a jail in Shawano County, and they basically said storage is one of the main things that you have to be concerned about when you build a building. And he said whatever storage you think you need, you said double it. And obviously by looking at this, I mean we're just kind of finding spots to put things right now.
The vegetation on the other side where the inmates used to come, that is storage also.
I'm gonna say I can see it right there.
Yeah. Shower. There's no storage. And the beds used to be like no.
Yeah, this is one of the entryways into the jail, into one of the main parts of the jail. So I guess we can cut back to the kitchen. Yeah, this is where our patrol officers do the reports and get all their work done when they come off the road. Like I said, we have 11 deputies, full-time road patrol, 24 hours. The plan is to move I know it's a new jail that we're pushing, but we're also going to move it's basically going to move the department there. So there's a lot of things that we have to move, which is the road patrol, search and rescue, our dive team. We have a lot of equipment outside that's stored out in the open that we want to find space for too as well. So this is where the road patrol officers come in and type the reports. We have a lot of little small rooms around here. And this used to be a residence years ago in the 70s, where the sheriff, after the 60s and 70s, the sheriff actually lived here. So when I first started years ago, this was, I can't even remember now, there was different walls in here and there were different rooms. So I think they were bedrooms and that kind of stuff. This is our break room. It used to be a training room or an interview room, but we kind of just made that a break room now because we moved our interview room out to where you guys were to start the tour. Down the hallway here is just our evidence room. Is real small, just one door. It's basically like a walk-in closet where we store a lot of our evidence. This is our deputy locker room. I don't know if there's anyone in there right now. And our detective's office down here at the end of the hallway. We have one detective here at the sheriff's department, and that's where he works out of. Like I said, I believe this used to be a bedroom here, and this was the bathroom. This was the bathroom for the back section of the residence. And I'll check our locker room and make sure nobody's in here first, but I can give you a look in the locker room. Okay, no one's in here. Come on in. Here's our locker room for all the officers, and there's a small bathroom and shower in the back there. I remember when I started years ago, this was all shag carpet. I remember it was, I started 22 years ago, it was shag carpet and a lot of metal lockers. This is where we would keep our equipment, and it's kind of like we keep our rifles and radios and flashlights and things like that in here. That's kind of like a storage room. We got them all locked, and there's only certain people have access to, obviously, to the weapons. But this is our equipment room. Jeff, you want to go downstairs, you think, or you want to go into the jail, or what do you think?
Go to the basement.
Go to the basement? All right, we'll take you down to the basement, and then we'll show you like the laundry facilities and.
Stop at the laundry room first.
Yeah, watch your step here. Our washers and dryers over the years, I mean, I remember with 101 inmates that sometimes we need those bigger, capacity things to manage it, but that's it. Hot and sticky in here. And we'll bring you down to the basement. When I started years ago, this basement didn't have a ton of stuff in it.
The dive room.
Yeah, this is our dive room. And over the years, we've had, you know, some flooding down here. I know there was an article in the paper about the potential flooding, and I know that some people weren't real excited about that article going in there and saying they were like making it up, but it's, we've had actually water damage down here, as you can see. Now we have a lot of it in a trailer. We have a dive trailer, but when we get the new facility, if we're able to pass the millage, the plans are, to have a garage and a better storage area for our search and rescue and dive team. Like I said, this is not good. You can smell it's musty down here. It's just, like I said, it's been flooded down here. I can't remember how many times over the years that I've been working here. Like I said, 22 years. We come down and it'd be standing water down here at different times. But hopefully we have the problem remedied right now. We had a pump problem a couple weeks ago, but we got that fixed. This is mainly, we used to have like church services and things like that down here and rec down here back in the day when I first started, but that's no longer happening, obviously, because we needed it as a training room. As you can see, we got the screen over there. We got like a shoot, don't shoot scenario type thing for all the officers, a simulator that
guy was talking about.
Yeah, we do some defensive tactics training down here. You can see all the pads up on the wall and on the floor. We do have, this used to be our weight room behind you. Back when Sheriff Carlson was the sheriff, he gave us a weight room and we used it in there, but then we started using this for storage now, I believe it's storage.
Yeah.
And we moved our weights out here. So we can walk in here, take a look. This is the female locker room down here. That's where they come down to change. I don't know if this key works for this one or not. I'm not sure. I might have to get a different key. Oh, it works. Looks like. This is where we keep all of our records. Where we have in the past. Like I said, it's flooded back here before, so we've been underwater or water in here before too. So, now things are more computerized, but this is a lot of cases from years and years and years ago, 70s, and you can see there's boxes in here from the 80s and 70s. So we are required to maintain records for a certain amount of time, so we have to make sure we keep them.
This is a tunnel. You want to go in the tunnel? This goes up underneath all the jail cells.
Okay.
What's that?
Get too old to try and fit under it.
How about your head a little bit above you there?
So that's flooding under there, huh?
Some type of leakage. Somewhere you're looking at. Sorry.
They'll be able to have stuff that can cut off the water supply. So like if someone flushes a toilet a bunch of times in a row, it'll only allow a couple flushes, per however many minutes, whatever, decide to put on a timer. Right now we don't have that capability other than just shutting their water completely off. That kind of stuff. It's just, I think it'll be obviously a lot more efficient to deal with and won't be patching so many problems. The door here.
So that's an operating sump pump?
Yeah, we bought 3 new ones, I believe is what we just got, because they said that one of these were shot and 2 other ones were on the blink, so I think we got 3 new pumps.
What is this?
This is the other pump room. There's 2 pumps in here. Which is partially storage, I guess.
Because you take advantage of storage all the time, right?
Yeah. They have their boots ready. Garage for the cars.
Yeah, and we have several patrol cars now. We have take-home cars for the road patrol officers, but they come in here and wash their car instead of going through a car wash. We can usually hand wash our patrol vehicles. Two vehicles in here. We got a little beacon up on top there. You know, with search and rescue and the dive team and everything, where they're going to move their equipment if we pass the millage to the jail. They actually went and they won a contest where they won money to build a garage, and they're waiting to hopefully build that garage on the new site. You know, to be able to have better storage for their equipment. They've got a vehicle. You know, they've got a lot of equipment that they use to help. You know, when we have a rescue or something like that.
So if it doesn't pass, are they going to in the spring do something?
Yeah, we're gonna try and do something. We've just been trying to figure out exactly how to do it. You know, when they're trailers in our boats and things like that, because we don't have adequate storage for them. We don't have room for them. Our search and rescue team and dive team are real active. I mean, they're awesome volunteers, you know, throughout the community, and they put a lot of time and work into helping the community. And we have a lot of. They've gone out and they've searched and found a lot of avenues to get equipment, and you know, with some help from the general fund and stuff, not much, but they have got a lot of money on their own through raffles and things like that. Built in what, 99? 99 it was built?
99, 98.
10-year fix.
This is actually where work release comes back. They come in here and they'll get stripped out, check for any contraband. And then that brings them into their cell block. This is the back office. It's the annex office here. The lieutenant's here. We try to have somebody back here on this end, watching monitors and controlling these cells back here. You know, you walk through with an attorney's, they'll be looking at the glass, or before we put this up, they could get a reflection from the guys that hit the window and reflect right back to the girls. So they used to communicate back and forth that way.
They used to look at the camera system too.
And they look at the camera system, yeah.
So I see on here you have the courthouse and that when they are video screened or whatever are they from here sometimes, or do they always go to the courthouse?
No, most arraignments are done here. There's some sentencing.
As soon as you're available, I need you to come get Brandon and have him gather up his stuff.
We try to use the public out as much as we can.
Okay, and what?
We'll be into that room in just a
Okay, we'll be
minute.
in that
There
room.
actually there's people in it right now.
Oh, there is.
I believe it's like prelims and trials that they
yeah.
are
In that.
allowed to request to go. They have
Pleas.
They have the right to go there for plea,
Sentencing.
pre-trials and that kind of stuff, and
Right.
trials.
In this end. This is actually the visitation for the whole jail now. We used to have the one on the other side, but we made that storage now.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody comes here. People on the outside come in, sign up, then they come in here and we'll put them in.
And that's certain times of the day.
The first ones, they start at 1 o'clock and go till 4. It's another storage. This is males sleeping quarters here. The day room, sleeping quarters.
See, they created their own signs back there.
What's that?
So they created their signs back there in the back on the bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Shitter, pissing.
So this is the portion that was built in '99. So to add on, and we've had some issues with some because it wasn't probably the top construction that we needed to have for what the type of inmate we have now.
Just built by the chief is better. As Dale used to say. Same reason we put that metal on the wall, because on the other side of that wall was the females. They ran holes through underneath that bench. Two toilets, 2 showers.
It's reading inside.
Basically, it's like a inside of a train car. You know, the walls in here are metal. You know, sleeps 12 to a side, but majority of the time we got people sleeping. What they'll do is they'll put their mats here, you know, and be coming out. Yeah, we've got a manual in here for you. When we serve breakfast. This is the girls' cell. It's actually the same as the males, except it only has the one sleeping quarter. Attorney rooms, mental health rooms, our counselors come in. When they come in, we cut down to the table, and then the attorney will come in. This is our change room. This is where the people, when they're staying here, they get a name on a bag, and clothes are kept here until they're released. All the uniforms everybody likes to wear. So you can come right back in them cells that we were just in. The female cell, the male cell. You can come back in and work on all the plumbing as you're right behind it. So they're actually like a boxcar. You can see they were just set down where they grabbed them. All their booking files are down here. You can see they're just getting bigger, and or more and more of them. So if you've ever been in jail, you got a file, a medical file and a booking file. Every time you're here, you get. Let's see if we get some pictures. There's just one. I mean, this one here, you can see how many times they've been. Wow. Some are bigger than that one. A lot bigger. Yeah, this is our polycom room. This is where the arraignments are held. Judge can see us and we can see him on there. Just like in the courtroom, you see they'll have that little screen. We usually set them on the bench. Judge calls them up, he calls, set them at the red piece of tape.
The rec area is built on a landfill, so every spring, every time it rains hard, we have to come out here and pick up the glass and metal.
It's always working its way out of the ground.
The guys get out maybe 30 minutes twice a month, so they get about an hour a month, and the ratio is right around 20 inmates to 2 officers in here, and we got 1 armed guard out in the outside the fence. So you guys come out and take a look if you want. Every once in a while, we got to run off somebody out here, park their cars. You don't know if they slid something through the fence or if they. It's not the best setup for these guys. They got a pretty view though.
I'm sure you've seen our paint job here that's been done a million times over. We kind of gave up because it just keeps peeling up all the time. So, just get to the point we can't paint it a bunch of times.
It's been painted over, but it's like painting the beach. You paint the beach, it looks great until somebody steps on it and it peels right off.
So how do you know who goes into like these smaller ones compared to the bigger ones? Are these the
Classification, supposing by compatibility. We know people that are long.
We really don't classify right now. We're at the situation where we're in jail. We're having a hard time doing it. That's what we need to do that.
Yeah.
But they do the best they can with what they have.
I mean, we just don't have the room for it. So, I mean, we do. If somebody's on a high classification, they're going to stay here. But we try to put them in a cell where they're going to hopefully get along.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 5 guys.
It's not a nice place to stay, that's for sure. I mean, it's not a, they say you got a lakeside view on that side, but I don't know. I don't like, I wouldn't want to stay here. It's an old kind of jail. It's basically an old school, walk down the hallway, you know, cells and bars here. It's not really good for security for us. I mean, we have camera system in here now, which has improved it for us. But it's definitely an old style jail. There's several jails throughout the Upper Peninsula that look identical to this, old jails. But it's just, we've definitely outgrown it with the type of inmate that we have. It's old, it's falling apart. We've had to replace the actual bars on here. I'm not sure what cell that was, but the bars came loose from them shaking them. Just, yeah, we have some issues. Like I said, there's the paint's peeling, the stuff's old. It's not a very comfortable environment, but we do the best we can.
This is a sick man. A little bigger. One extra bed. This is the Lakeview side.
They do have a view of the lake if they stand up on their bunk. Through bars and mesh and bars, they can see the lake. Either replaced quite a few of them recently, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
Had to fix them. We've had our maintenance guys done some work.
See what Undersheriff was talking earlier is you can push them a certain amount of times.
Oh, okay.
Right now is they'll take a shampoo bottle and then wedge them in there and then it can run all day.
Oh, okay.
They'll end up with hot water to make their ramen noodles. This is how they access the cells right here behind them, the toilet. You know, we were in that tunnel. We were underneath here. Okay.
Thanks. Not much areas.
We put all their clothes in here before they go into the tank. This was the old visitation. I don't know if anybody's in there or not. Just don't, yeah, there's some in here, so just don't look in there. Well, that was the old visitation. There used to be a bench in there. This is, when we were on the other side.
Show me your keys. Those are just like what you would think the jail key would look like, don't they?
Yeah, new jail will have any of those.
This is one of the tanks. When they were first arrested or booked in, this is where they go.
Yeah, we've had like 2 mattresses in the middle here, mattress on each one, kind of laying everywhere. It's bad. Crazy. And you gotta hope they get along.
Yeah.
You know, because they're in here and they're usually, buzzed up on something or high on something, and then one says something to the other, so it's, then we've had some issues with that. It's hard. Boy, sometimes you get a situation like that, a bad inmate, that you can't move somewhere and you can't eliminate them from the rest of the population. It makes it a rough night on the officers. Boy, have to deal with this all night long.
What is this room?
This is another tank, but we use it as lots as a medical observation. You can see, you can't see it right now, but it goes right into our. I'm gonna flip that switch. You can see right into our office. When the lights are on here, they got a hard time seeing us. But we can see good into here. So it's like a medical observation. So we use it as a tank. There's more storage.
This is commissary?
That's a storage room for us.
Oh,
We call it the commissary room.
this is the commissary.
Or razors, shampoos, stuff like that.
What's this room?
Huh?
What's this room?
This is their personal property, like the belts and all that other type of stuff, their keys, lighters, anything like that comes in here because we don't allow any of that past these doors. So other purses will come here. And a little bit more storage. Yeah, so everybody booked in, this is the way they're out there gonna come from the booking room.
Okay.
Everybody booked in the jail, come into our Sally Port, and they'll come in through these doors. And this is where you actually get booked in. This is the Sally Port here. See one car in, and then they got to back out. You don't have enough. Like we had problems earlier. We had 2 cars here. Just the one. One waited outside.
You know, we're not trying to trick anybody. We're just trying to give everybody an opportunity to take a look and see what we see every day. You know, we believe that we need a new jail. We put a lot of thought, a lot of work into trying to make it as cost effective as possible, plus making it safe as possible for our officers. And I believe we have a good plan, and we're going to bring it to the voters again. And we just wanted to give people an opportunity to take a look and see.